Hello all. Today I will be presenting on the topic scientific foundations of medicine, which explains how scientific methods, evidence and clinical reasoning guide healthcare. So this topic highlights how doctors use research, observation and ethical practice to make informed decisions and provide effective patient care. So, in this presentation, we have divided the whole thing into four major sections, which are the foundations of medicine, causation and evidence, bias and uncertainty, and practice with ethics. Together, these topics explain how medical knowledge is developed, tested, and applied in clinical practice. Medicine is both a science and an art. Scientific evidence help diagnosing and treating diseases, while empathy, communication, and clinical judgment ensure that each patient receives personalized care. Both aspects are essential for effective healthcare. Medical knowledge comes from observation as well as logical reasoning. Empiricism focuses on experience and clinical observation, while rationalism relies on scientific theories and mechanisms. Modern medicine combines these two approaches. So, coming to the scientific method begins with observation, followed by hypothesis formation, prediction, testing, and revision. Doctors follow this process during diagnosis and treatment, ensuring decisions are based on evidence rather than assumptions. Hippocrates introduced systematic observation and ethical medical practice. He encouraged physicians to carefully record patient findings and emphasize the principle of first do no harm, which continues to guide medicine today. So now let's discuss about the paradigm shifts. Thomas Kuhn explained that science progresses through paradigm shifts where old theories are replaced by better explanation when new evidence becomes available. Medicine has evolved through many such scientific revolutions. Ignaz Semmelweis demonstrated that hand washing dramatically reduced maternal deaths. Although his ideas were initially rejected, his work became one of the most important discoveries in infection prevention. So, an interesting topic that we are going to now see is the germ theory, which was proposed by Louis Pasteur. He has established the germ theory of disease, and Robert Koch developed postulates to identify disease-causing microorganisms. Their discoveries transformed the medical science and modern microbiology. So, reductionism studies diseases at the cellular and molecular level, whereas holism considers the entire patients, including physical, physiological, and social factors. Both perspectives contribute to better patient care. So, coming to the biomedical and biophysiological models, the biomedical model focuses on biological causes of disease, while the biophysiological model also considers emotional and social influences. Combining both models improves diagnosis and treatment. Falsifiability. Karl Popper stated that scientific ideas must be testable and capable of being disproved. This principle ensures that medical research remains objective and evidence-based. So, a claim is scientific only when if it is could, in principle, be proven wrong. This herb cures everything is unfalsifiable. This drug lowers systolic BP by 10 mmg is testable. So, diagnostic hypothesis should generate predictions that a negative test can rule out. Popper's standard is why clinical trials are designed to reject a null hypothesis, not merely confirming a belief. So coming to the correlation and causation, correlation shows that two variables are associated, but it does not prove one causes the other. Medical researchers use additional evidence to establish true causal relationships. Um, so here we could tell that two variables move together satisfactorily, which comes under correlation. Under correlation, we have another 2 points which are may reflect a real causal link, reverse causation, or a shade co-confounder. Observational studies establish correlation, not proof of mechanism. So coming to the Bradford Hill criteria, the Bradford Hill criteria provide a systematic approach to determine whether an observed association is causal. These include consistency, temporality, biological possibility, and experimental evidence. So coming to the strength, we have nine categories over here: strength, consistency, specificity, temporality, biological gradient, possibility, coherence, experiment, and analogy. So coming to the next thing, which is the hierarchy of evidence, medical evidence is ranked by reliability. Systematic reviews and meta-analysis provide the strongest evidence, while expert opinion provides the least reliable evidence. So let's see the randomized control trials. Randomized control trials reduce bias through randomization. Control groups and binding, they are considered the gold standards for evaluating treatments. So first is the randomization, which is also known as distributes known and unknown confounders evenly across arms. Coming to the control group, which isolates the treatment effect from natural disease course. And third is the blinding, which prevents exemption from blasting outcome assessment. So now let's see the limitations of RCTs. Despite their strengths, randomized trials are expensive, time-consuming, and may exclude many patient groups. Therefore, their findings must be interpreted carefully. So let's see the what are the limitations over here. Strict inclusion criteria which limit generalizability. Short follow-up misses rare or late harms. Costly mini questions never get a trial. Ethically impossible for some exposures. Its strengths are strongest causal interference available, minimizes confounding by design, and it is pre-registered outcomes limit bias. So coming to the systematic reviews combine findings from multiple studies to provide stronger and more reliable evidence than any single study alone. And first, there are 5 steps under this: define, search, appraise, poll, and synthesis. A structured clinical question is a PICO search, exhaustive reproducible literature search. Appraise is screen studies for quality and risk of bias. Pool is the combined effect sizes statistically. Synthesis is nothing but a remote summary estimated confidence interval. Coming to the research bias, selection bias, publication bias, confirmation bias, and recall bias can affect research outcomes. Identifying these biases improves the quality of scientific evidences. So we are having 4 types of biases, which are selection bias, confirmation bias, publication bias, and the research bias. Under selection bias, it's that study sample doesn't represent the target population, and positive results are most likely to be published. In publication bias, investigators favor data that fits their hypothesis. Comes under the confirmation bias, and patients with disease remember exposures differently, which is the recall bias. So now let's see the placebo effect. The placebo effect demonstrates that patients' expectations alone can influence health outcomes. Double-blind studies help minimize this effect and improve research accuracy. Um, so that's the placebo effect. Expectation alone cannot measurably change symptoms, pain, scores, and even physiology. Single blinding hides allocation from the patient, double blinding hides it from the clinicians. So, statistical significance indicates that a result is unlikely due to chance, while Clinical significance considers whether the result meaningfully improves patient health or not. So P is greater than 0.05. This value should be remembered. So coming to the diagnostic reasoning, doctors collect paper information, develop possible diagnoses, perform investigations, and revise the decisions based on new evidence. This logic process supports accurate diagnosis. Now let's see Bayesian reasoning in diagnosis. Bayesian reasoning updates the probability of disease whenever new clinical information becomes available, helping clinicians make more accurate diagnostic decisions. So uncertainty is unavoidable in medicine. Healthcare professionals should communicate risks honestly while making decisions based on the best available medicine. So medicine is a science of uncertainty and an art of probability. So let's say, what is evidence-based medicine? Evidence-based medicine combines research evidence, clinical expertise, and patient preferences to provide safe, effective, and individualized healthcare. So under that we have best research evidence, clinical expertise, and patient values. These are the three pillars for evidence-based medicine. So let's see the critics of EBM. Although evidence-based medicine is valuable, not every patient fits clinical trials populations. Clinical judgment remains important for individualized treatment. So let's see, what is precision medicine. Precision medicine uses genetic information and biomarkers to personalize treatments for improving effectiveness while reducing unnecessary side effects. So let's see the AI and the data-driven medicine. So artificial intelligence supports the diagnosis and prediction by analyzing large data sets, but doctors must interrupt and validate AI recommendations before clinical use. So let's see the ethics. Medical ethics requires informed consent and shared decision making, honesty, and respect for patient autonomy while communicating uncertainty with compassion. So now let's take few key takeaways for the future clinicians. In conclusion, scientific evidence, critical thinking, and ethical principles and patient-centered care together form the foundation of modern medicine. So thank you for listening, and I welcome my questions. So thank you all.